into this game off the porch to the back block. Young black, no pops, blood of a slave, veins hot, laced by an old soul who taught me to mow. Not every puppy in the yard get to put his nose in the bowl. I took to the street, aggressive about the way that I eat. Cause starvation rests in the fate of the weak. I'm playing for keys. DNA home with that survival syndrome. Spin shell cases lit at the corner that they unknown. Another you tossed in the spin cycle from here to Jamaica and back to Queens.
You know, a lot of people been looking for that concrete conspiracy. You know, it ain't been postponed, it ain't been backburnered, it ain't been threw up under the rug, man. You know, we just waiting for the right situation. Big Bro got that, so we finna make a real power play with that right there. But early release is the title because, in that sense, for those people who waiting on the concrete conspiracy, I wanted to give them like a little appetizer to hold them off until that big extravagant meal, man. You know, this is the banquet right here, man. But that concrete conspiracy is the one that they gonna come fill up the stadium for, man. You dig? So we looking at it in that sense. So I'm bringing them an early release of some real slappers, and also it's an early release too because just by me putting my voice out there and having my voice in the streets and across these countries, you know, I'm in Spain now, I'm in Norway, just by my voice being in these areas, you know, I've been released early, even though my body is physically held captive up in here. By me being able to get my voice out there, it's an early release. So, you know, every time you fuck with Lil Spank, it's going to be some brain gems and it's going to be something deeper than the surface. So that's what the early release title was symbolic for, you know. You know, gangster features, but I'm switching it up on y'all. I got May League on that thing. I got my little niece Tiani on that thing on the song we did called For Me. You know, it's going to be a real surprise for y'all. Everybody used to Lil Spank being on some rules and regulations of this gangster shit. You know, I'm coming with a little gigger that got some R&B singing on it for all the ladies who down for their man in prison, you know what I mean? And for all my niggas that don't let prison stop them from really jabbing at a young lady and trying to let her know, man, you still got things to offer even though you physically removed. You know, it's one of them things, no cussing in it or nothing. We finna go straight at the radio for that. That's finna be the second single off early release to follow up that Lifelong. So look for that, man. We trying to be in that live drive at 5 when your mama sitting in traffic on her way home from work, man. You know what I mean? She liable to be like, you heard that new Lil Spank? I like that song. Yeah, it's one of them. So we got May League on there, Tiani on there. We got my brother from Inglewood, Sean D's on there, my wrong kind Ingles, you dig? We got my big homie, Big Bandito on that thing. You know, he been a Lil Spank supporter since day one. He the one introduced me to Steve Vicious. You know, we gonna give you all that classic we made, that be about your dough. I got my brethren Deuce B's on there. He gonna do a roster hook for me. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm not finna oversaturate y'all with no features. You know, I got 3 features as far as people with verses on there, and then I got my boy doing the hook. Other than that, you're getting all Lil Spank booty, man. You know, 3/16 hooks, we coming in. Every bar is gonna be something that's gonna get your thinking cap right, man. You dig? Oh man, they can expect a whole lot from your boy. You already know I'm gonna stay G with this gangster shit, the rules and regulations of the street life. But I also got a slapper on there featuring May League. You know, we finna get wifey ready to start releasing her music, so we got a slapper on there featuring May League called For Me with my little niece Tiani on there, a little soft R&B cut. That's gonna be real nice, man. Ain't no cussing up in it or nothing. It's about a cat, you know, hollering at a female, you know, from prison. Just let her know, just because I'm in this situation, don't mean that it are things that I can offer you too, you know. And then it's the female giving her side of it, and we got my little niece singing the R&B and the hook, so it's a real slapper, man. You know, we going to the radio with that. That's actually gonna be the second single off early release. Then, you know, I got production from my boy Cricket. I've been doing Cricket since I was knee high to a grasshopper's eye, so it's only right that I enlist him. You know, we gave y'all that first slapper, you know, that Lifelong. Now we finna come back and follow it up. I got 3 Cricket slappers on there. You know, I got some Steve Vicious on there. You know, I'm finally finna give y'all that first Southeast classic, man. That Stay G about it. I'm finna give it to y'all on my shit again, man. You know, we got that Be About Your Dough with me and Big Bandit on there, man. We got Loot Hungry, the original Loot Hungry with Steve Vicious on there. I got a cat that my boy Big Bandit laced me with named Lil Brian Foxworth. I got a stupid song on there called 5x11. You know what I mean? My boy, formerly known as Trelly Deuce, man. My boy, brother Minister Travis got one on there. You know what I mean? So I'm going in, man. Mac James, Dave Moss, you know, some of your heavyweights about the Southeast, man. I'm doing a real Dago-oriented album. I got to look out for the town before I can go look out for everybody else. So that's the concept of this album right here. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, I just want to let it be known, man. You know, I really appreciate all the people who've been supporting my music, man. You know, I'm not a big-headed dude, man. I know a lot of times this gangsterism can overshadow certain things, but I'm a real honorable and respectable dude, man. I really humble myself and give thanks for all my fans that take the time out. You know, whether you follow me on that Twit thing, whether you follow me on that FBZ, whether you following my videos and getting my views up for me on that YouTube, you know, whether you running up on wifey and inboxing and making them calls in order to get some of them physical copies, whether I'm getting them emails with your name in it that say, you know, this person just supported you and purchased this iTunes or this CD, baby, or this Amazon digital gig, you feel me? I really, really appreciate that, man. You know, and I'm going to be that nigga that's always there to sign that autograph and everything, man. You know, I really appreciate y'all. I just want to give thanks. And for you haters, man, I thank y'all too, man, because y'all really the fuel up under the fire of the gangster nigga I am, to keep it G and lead by example for these youngsters can know, man, no matter what these people tell you, no matter what detractors tell you can't do it or it's not possible, man, I'm glad for y'all, man, because y'all the motherfucker that's going to keep that carrot dangling in front of a nigga, man, and I'm going to stay running after it, you dig me? Yeah, that.
Fully off the mess and the juice, the best of the fruits, swooping in the west is my roots. Attest to the truth, this shit just ain't the same for a Glock boy. Homies that turn Judas, why for the knock boys? That slick talking to get your hot boy. I got some cement shoes and a boat beside the dock boing. It's similar to chess, how we bring moves to fruition. We've been before our time, young kind, the reigns extended. Our legacy is champion among some gladiators. The line is deafening the niggas who were gladly